Do you want strategies that pay you while you sleep? Two ways to do that: dividends and bonds. In this video, I will show you in plain English how each work. Let's start with dividends. Put simply, a dividend means a company pays you for owning a piece of it. So imagine that you and your friends create a successful lemonade stand. Now you have to pay for the cups, the lemons, the sugar, etc., etc. Money left over is the profit. Now when that profit is shared amongst the owners, that is a dividend. To illustrate that, if you own a piece of a company, they make a profit, they share that profit with you, that equals a dividend. Now, what is a bond? A bond is when you lend someone money, they pay you regular interest payments, and then at an end of a specific period of time, they pay you the rest back. Another way to put it is you lend money to a city, a state, US government, or even a company, and they say, we will pay you X amount every year and then pay you back the full amount after an agreed upon period of time. So there are three simple types of bonds. First, you have government bonds. And this is when the federal government borrows money by issuing bonds. So this is the US government. Then you have municipal bonds. And these are bonds that are issued by a city, a state, or a county. And finally, we have corporate bonds. And these are bonds issued by companies. Let's talk about the pros and cons as it relates to dividends. And we'll start with the good. The good is that dividend income can increase over time as the company grows. Then, of course, the stock price of that company can also increase. And in many cases, dividends have a special or lower tax rate. Then finally, you can use that dividend income to reinvest back into the company such that you can buy more shares and increase your income over time. Now the not so good. Dividend income is not guaranteed. That is, dividends can be cut. And on top of that, prices for the stock can go down. Finally, if things go really bad for the company, maybe even go bankrupt, the owners get their money back last. Put very simply, the positive with dividends is that they can grow. That is, your income can grow, which is helpful to offset inflation. But the negative is that they're not guaranteed. Now let's talk about the good and the not so good as it relates to bonds. With bonds, you receive a fixed interest rate. That is, your income, your pay is set. On top of that fixed pay or that fixed interest rate, you get all of your money back at the end of the specified period of time. All of this creates a feeling of steady, solid income until you get to the end of the agreed upon time period. Now, some not so good things are, one, if you have to sell the bond before the end of that agreed upon time period, the price could drop and you could lose part of your principal. And then that set income, that interest rate that you're receiving on a regular basis, that is flat. It stays the same. It does not necessarily offset inflation. And then finally, at the end of the agreed upon time period or the specified time period, if you want to go out and buy another similar or the same bond again, you may not get the same interest payment, or your income would actually go down. To put it really simply, with a bond, the positive is you get a set payment, and that is actually also a negative at the same time, because that set payment may not offset inflation. Let's do an easy compare. Put dividends over here. And bonds here. Okay, so dividends, you are an owner. The dividend payments can increase but prices can go up or down. Bonds, you are the lender. Pay, or the payments, the income stays flat, stays the same. And then you get your money back at the end. Let's talk risk between dividends and bonds. Dividends, they're not promised. The company that issues the dividends, they have to be in good financial health. Their business has to be solid for them to keep paying those dividends on a regular basis. Now, bonds, they do promise to pay a specific interest rate over the period of time that you agree to buy the bond for. Now, if you have to sell the bond early, the price can fluctuate. So you may end up losing money on your principal if you have to sell the bond early. Another big issue is that set interest rate payment may not offset inflation. When we talk about taxes, dividends, some dividends actually get preferential tax treatment. And the same goes for some types of bonds, specifically municipal bonds. It really depends on which you're buying and also depends on your individual situation. A quick recap, dividends, you get paid for being an owner. Bonds, you get paid for being a lender. Both pay you. Both have pros and cons. Want a really simple bonds versus dividends cheat sheet? If you do, comment below and write income, and I will send you a plain English copy of that cheat sheet. Please like and subscribe if you like these very simple, straightforward money lessons. Remember, this is education, not advice. Before making any investments, be sure to talk to a licensed professional, such as myself. Now you know the basics of dividends and bonds.